Your 21Alive First Alert Forecast.
This has been one of those days where you're like, what's next?
Hanging on every word.
Well, a lot of people are asking us what's next. This is one of those weekends where we're trying to just hide our head behind a hat or some sort of a hood to make sure people don't ask us too many questions when they hear that we're not going to have great weather for the rest of the weekend, unfortunately. The snow isn't going to be a huge issue as we get into the tail end of the weekend, but it's a pretty big issue right now. Somewhere in this picture is downtown Fort Wayne. This is the camera view from Science Central. We've seen some moderate snow begin here in Fort Wayne, and really through the rest of the evening, we're going to bounce back and forth in between rain-snow mix, some snow, with more snow to the north of Fort Wayne. And this is why we've issued a first alert weather day level yellow, because of these messy conditions. Tonight, we're expecting more dry snow to move in. We could potentially be dealing with some slushy roads and freezing conditions overnight. And then as we get into the second half of the weekend and the first couple of days of the work week, we've issued first alert weather days for those days as well, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, because of the bitter cold moving in. We're talking wind chills anywhere between -10 and -20. Current conditions right now, storm track satellite and radar, you can see primarily snow to the north of US 24, more so along and north of US 24, and primarily rain off to the south. This evening, we're going to continue to see things bounce back and forth in between some rain and some snow. And then you can see temperatures are going to drop pretty quickly after, I'd say about 10 p.m. We're already going to be down into the mid-20s by the time you're waking up in the morning. So we're going to have several hours of below freezing conditions by the time you wake up in the morning. Now, there's winter weather advisories in effect for counties that has US 24 running through it and to the north. That goes until tomorrow afternoon, thanks to the deteriorating driving conditions. We could be talking about some reduced visibility thanks to winds picking up and seeing blowing and drifting snow overnight and into Saturday. So just be prepared. Here's what Future Track is showing. Some dry periods as we get into the evening, 7, 8 o'clock, lasting till maybe about midnight. And then here's more of those snow showers moving in. They'll start to weaken a little bit as we get to mid-morning. And then the snow really shouldn't be a concern as we get into Saturday afternoon. So just be prepared for some light snow overnight. We're talking primarily maybe 1 to 3 inches for places around Fort Wayne, with heavier snow off near the Indiana-Michigan border. But what we do have our eyes on is the dropping temperatures back behind this system. Tomorrow morning is about the warmest we're going to be, mid to upper 20s. We'll hover there until the early afternoon, and that's when temperatures are going to drop. Sunday morning temperatures, this is the actual air temperature, hovering around 0 and then below 0 for some spots. And then we add in the wind and the continual cold air. It's going to feel very cold for the next couple of days. Wind gusts on Saturday ranging 40+ miles per hour, 50 miles per hour in some spots. So 1 or 2 isolated power outages is possible overnight into Saturday morning. And those winds still strong on Sunday, letting up a little bit on Monday. So we're talking wind chills ranging anywhere between -10 and -20 on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. So like I mentioned, just be prepared for that bitter cold. Make sure to bring those pets inside. Let that water trickle from the faucets that are on exterior walls. And if you have to spend time outside, cover up as much skin as possible and make sure to wear multiple layers. And that cold is going to last. It won't be quite as bitter as we get towards midweek, but still below average. First alert extended forecast shows after the first alert weather days, we warm up slightly. 17 for that high on Wednesday, 20 on Thursday, 22 on Friday. Take a look. Even Thursday morning and Friday morning, those morning lows are still cold down into the single digits. So while, yes, it won't be bitter Arctic air, we're hanging on to that cold for just a bit longer.